I got hot tech sound. I'm solo round. Listen to the tech. They artificial pet. Over their data. With some hot techs. These NPCs gonna load up. They gonna catch some fleas. They artificial towns. They artificial sounds. Welcome to the Sunblood Network. Home. Hold on. I'm done. B2K got a new joint called Mileage. Welcome to the Sunblood Network, home, where you can be taught the technology of your mind and body. This is your host, General Wygott, signing on. Ooh, let me see this. They got Knuckles in there and shit. What's happening, bro? Let's see what happens when everybody load in. Let's see what happens. See what's up. See what's up. They got mad at me earlier. They was like, why you frying up Iran and shit? I'm like, cuz I don't fuck with Iranians. To fuck off the planet. That's what y'all get. It seemed like, I'm gonna be honest with you, real shit, this ain't really being talked about. But as I watch the people and watch what they do, it's as if, like, we got fake. Now, I'm not talking about just immigrants, right? Besides them, it seems like we got fake-ass people in America where they just want, like, they just want this whole country, like, destroyed. I'm not saying, like, the things that's changing shouldn't change, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that. But for, like, American people as a whole, it's like Americans, like, not all of us, but it seems like there seem to be a lot of the fucking retards in the land, bro. I'm telling you, that's why I see why we going through this grand awakening right here, where a lot of people about to get fried up too. Motherfuckers with color too. Don't give a fuck about none of that. Because I'm starting to understand consciously, like, it's like consciously I'm starting to understand, like, you just got people minds that's just stuck on being ignorant. Like, they got no life. Like, I'm gonna say this. This how I know people be like machines and programs. Like, the shit that I see going on, it be showing me a bigger picture in life. Like, when people lose their jobs and shit, I'm not looking at it like, oh yeah, you should lose. Like, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm like, when you lose your job, what else do you have to depend on? You got nothing else after that? I let you know you a robot. Hell yeah, you telling me you doing somebody else's job. And you telling me after all that, you got nothing for yourself. So your mind never generate something that you can complete for yourself. Yeah, you're a fucking machine. This is why I see what's really going on. Because once you snatch the machine away from people, people so fucked. Consciously, they like, I don't know what to do without it. Wow. Wow. You know what I'm talking about? That's why a lot of people suffering. They're going to keep on suffering. The more and more they keep putting that shit in the comment section, they're going to keep fucking suffering every day. They just give me the energy to do it every day, bro. Every day they want to be nasty, rude. That's your option. But It's gonna be a lot of motherfucking suffering on this motherfucking planet. It's like I started realizing in America, we gave birth to like a retarded culture. Like you like I know you looking at me like, come on, bro, you over here frying motherfuckers. You gotta hear me out though. We really allow retarded people to live, bruh. I'm not talking about motherfuckers I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, when I mean retarded, people that's literally, you snatch their phone away from them. And they're like, I don't know what to do without it. Fucking retarded, bro. Fucking retarded. And it's more than just hate. I don't look at it as hate no more. People are mentally fucking ill and retarded. Okay? And we got to take that in consideration. Real shit. I'm not talking about them kids that's in special ed classes. I'm talking about majority of these motherfuckers is in regular ed classes. Fucking dummies. Majority of the kids that was in special ed classes, because I was one of those, right, we way more intelligent than these little fucking regular ed motherfuckers. Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that, like, no way. They programmed me to be in there. They gave me, what's that one drug? They gave me Ritalin. Yeah, the black mothers, they basically signed the government program where they gave a lot of the boys, not the girls too much, they gave a lot of the boys like drugs called Ritalin in order to slow down their neurodevelopment of their mind. That's why when people be talking the way they be talking to me, I be like, no, all y'all motherfuckers connected and y'all know what happened. And y'all looking at motherfuckers today like, yo, why this motherfucker not unintelligent? Because I done broke that program that they try to put me in. Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of y'all motherfuckers gonna keep suffering upon this motherfucking land right here. Where you going? Oh, fuck that. Keep on destroying the job market, baby. Because we starting to really see people for who they are. I'm gonna say this. I go through shit, right? But when it comes to my mind, my brain, I can get myself out of any situation. When I see a motherfucker can't use their mind and their brain, right, you can't get out of no situation, that's a robot. Exterminate that motherfucker. The fuck off the planet. We getting sick of seeing unintelligent fucking beings, bro. Every day, bro. Like, just unintelligent ass beings. Every day. Like a motherfucker don't know, bro. Motherfuckers are dependent on these robots to solve problems. This is a robot race. Every time I see people, they be like, you got to go to ChatGPT to solve out the problem. Like, then they giving the robots meta glasses and shit. I'm like, hold on. Stop me something. I'm not saying that you can't have those, but you telling me, right, you can't do nothing without them shits? Oh, yeah. Motherfuckers robots in this bitch. Motherfuckers robots. Y'all, you know what y'all from? Oh, yeah, y'all from, what's that shit that I seen earlier? They got them, what's them babies that they call? It's them, yeah, because they got wiped out a long time ago. What's them shit? I was just looking at that shit. I think it start with an E. Yeah, like, it's like real shit. The people we around, it might sound spooky how I'm saying it, but a lot of these people, they wasn't born. These motherfuckers was like harvest and then just thrown in the world. I'm gonna tell you this shit. Every time I go outside, right, I be purposely looking like, let me see how many women gonna get pregnant and shit, right? Bro, the whole year, I only seen one pregnant girl. So where the fuck all these people coming in from, bro? Yeah, you might want to start asking questions around your shit. I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think a lot of these people, I feel like they just thrown. I'm not just talking about immigrants. Now, let me say this too. It's the reason why they throw immigrants in this bitch, Because you know Americans, they dumb as fuck. They don't know how to have babies no more. Hell no, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do it. Bro, you don't see what's going on in front of you? They got, listen, bro, this shit is sad in America, bro. Oh, it's only going on in America. You know that they make, what's this shit called? They make commercials, right? To program the robots to have sex and shit. You see that new thing called Blue Chew hymns and shit? Bruh, these motherfuckers robots, blood. Blood, you telling me naturally you can't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't program and start fucking and shit? Yeah, that look robotic as a bitch. Motherfuckers losing their jobs and shit. So I need a new job. No, the birth rates is low as fuck in America on all borders. Black folks too. I'm starting to look at y'all like robots too. Yeah, cause y'all don't be y'all. You first off, naturally y'all just fuck. That's what y'all do. Word up, everybody know that. What's happening with y'all? Oh yeah, robotic, bruh. Bruh, think about it. I'm looking at this shit like, hold on, let me see something. I only seen one pregnant girl this whole summer. The whole summer ain't went by yet, right? I only seen one pregnant girl. That's it. Everybody else, I'm like, where the fuck y'all coming from? Nah, I feel like they just throwing you motherfuckers in this bitch. See, when you go out there, right, and you paying attention to what's going on around you, like, hold on. A natural law, right? The bees and pollinate all the plants during the summertime. So it's supposed to be a lot of motherfuckers getting knocked up. And yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. A lot of the girls, I know I was doing this on purpose. I was joking around, but I started getting the truth. I would point at the girls, I'd be like, you gonna get pregnant. You gonna get pregnant. You gonna get pregnant. And they'll all look at me like, I'm like, yeah, y'all robots. Hell yeah. Cause robots don't get pregnant. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Y'all robots. Yeah. Y'all robots. Yeah, where y'all coming from then? Okay then, bro. We starting to understand consciously like y'all motherfuckers. Y'all, you know where y'all from? Y'all from them birth farms and shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's where y'all from. Y'all them harvesting babies, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's where y'all from and shit. You could tell that they robots just looking at the comment section. A robot don't got no intelligence, bro. It don't. You look at all the unintelligent things that's put in the comment section. These people is robots. We got to get these motherfuckers up out of here. For real. We got to send their ass back to Robotic Island. We gotta send their ass back to Robotic Island, blood. Motherfuckers not getting pregnant in this bitch. Bitches be hating their own private parts and shit. Ain't that right, bitches? They sitting there stuck as a bitch like, he right, we do hate our own private parts and shit. Cause y'all some robotic motherfuckers. Right, y'all gotta get the fuck off the planet, bro. Because I'm looking at the planet like, hold on. So the bees is pollinating the plants, right? So they just do a natural thing, right? Why y'all not following what Mother Nature putting in front of y'all? Oh yeah, y'all robots and shit. Y'all gotta get exterminated. Yo, bring the conscious of the earth closer to the conscious of the sun. Burn these motherfuckers. Now I'm telling, I don't give a fuck about nothing. They get mad as fuck when you talk to the sun. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm telling the son, the father, and the mother, y'all not getting pregnant in here? Burn these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Now what's happening? See, this was wrong with y'all human beings. Y'all think y'all bigger. Y'all think y'all bigger than the planet. Hell no, y'all not. Y'all fucking ants compared to this shit. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, knock down the job market. Replace their ass with robots. Yeah, we about to fuck over y'all real good this summer. You know what I'm talking about? No, get mad. Get mad. We don't give a fuck. Get the fuck off the planet. I'm looking at it like, so Y'all don't want to do nothing natural? No. Make them lose their jobs. There you go. Get poor, bitch. There you go. Can't pay your bills. Get poor. Now, what's happening? Until y'all start reprogramming, start understanding, like, yo, we have to go back to nature, bro. This is not something we can't skip, bro. We can't do this shit no more. That's why y'all getting punished. Yeah, y'all think y'all looking at the people at the top, y'all getting punished for about what y'all did. Y'all don't look at it as such. All y'all getting punished. All you motherfuckers that don't want to bring in life and you want to fight against the planet and shit, it's all good. Go watch that movie called The Happening. Yeah. Yeah. Go watch that. You think that can't happen? Mother Nature will fuck over y'all. Understand that? Nigga, she supply y'all with air. What do y'all supply her with? Hell. Yeah, make them lose their motherfucking jobs. Everybody that got AI inside their company, replace all human beings. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Getting sick of you dirty motherfuckers. Every time we come back to this planet, y'all want to do robotic shit. Y'all weird, bro. Like I said, I only seen one pregnant girl the whole shit. I'm like, let me see this. That's not normal. Word. I'm telling you, when I was small, bro. Right. You know how many pregnant girls I used to see? A whole bunch of them. Nowadays, I'd be like, hold on. How many pregnant girls you seen this year? Just one. Just one. I'm just taking notice of this shit. Just one. That's not normal, bro. Anyone can see that the bees is pollinating the plants. You motherfuckers is disconnected. Y'all became robots and y'all gotta be annihilated for that shit. Don't nobody wanna live on no planet with no fucking robots where the motherfuckers over here holding back life and shit. This shit's so sad that in America, the birth rates is so far down that you got motherfuckers like us getting passports, going to other countries to have babies. That's how bad this shit is. That's sad. That is sad as a whole. They really fucked over y'all conscious as a whole. They gave y'all robots, and literally the robot was actually better than human beings because the robot made the human beings stop having babies. Told you. That's why I say human beings is y'all a species that just gotta get wiped out consciously. And y'all get afraid when someone say that, but y'all have no use to the planet. Y'all really don't. Like Mother Nature give off more birth than women. And that's sad. Y'all is a failure to your own pussy holes. Y'all said that? What? I don't give a fuck about none of that. Y'all be hating y'all own private parts. Robots. Girls in the 90s, 80s, and 60s and 70s, they was proud of their private parts. They was like, hold on, I got a portal? So you telling me I can just birth a whole family? Yeah, you and your, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I be looking at these girls. I remember I said to this girl, I said, you gonna get pregnant. You gonna get pregnant. They all got mad. I'm like, damn, y'all really hate yourselves. Yeah, Mother Nature exterminate they shit. Get the fuck off the planet. I don't want to live around these motherfuckers. Like I said again, the consciousness of the sun is going to inherit the earth. You damn right. And if you ain't gonna get down with it, it's all good. Dehydrate your motherfucking system, give you a heat stroke. Get the fuck off the planet. Right there. There you go. Give a fuck about none of that. Sure right. There you go. Get the fuck off the planet. There you go. That's the answer. Death is the answer. Yes. Yes, because they hate life. Okay then, death is the motherfucking answer. You damn right. Right there. Because like I said again, I'm looking at shit like, so what is life about? Oh, it's just about being a robot. Just be a robot. Like, y'all dead as a bitch, bro. But I'm telling you, when I was small, right, I used to look at certain shit and I used to be like, okay, this how life supposed to go. Yeah. Now, bro, this shit all the way fucked up. This shit fucked up. This shit is fucked up. Let me see. Buddy had said it would never do that. That's just a belief system that you got off the internet. Let's see, right, if you can actually outlast the sun. Thank you. And thank you for putting that in the comment section. So that let me know you hate soul. Right. You just popped out like a robot. Watch. Right. Go ahead and keep commenting in the comment section. You don't know what's really going on, do you? You don't know what's going on. You see this? Look at this shit. You think the sun is you think that's gonna happen? That would never happen, bro. You basically saying source would come to an extinction. Since when? You don't even have the records for that shit. So they let me know just by being ignorant like that, you're not connected to source. That's why y'all gotta die. Yeah, because you just said source should that should happen to source, right? So you saying that should happen to me too, right? All right, that's why I be letting you rock out. So I can get all the intel off of you. Go ahead and say what you want to say. Right, everybody know like holograms coming to an end. You should be very careful what you say on the internet. Those words is gonna wipe that individual out. Thank you. Source never dies. This is how ignorant you humans became. Underneath the conscious of the moon. Because all y'all is a conscious offspring of what the moon designed y'all to be. That's it. And everything that she designed always get destroyed by her big brother, which is the sun. Stupid motherfuckers. What you have to understand is that the conscious of the sun holds the information data of death, and it holds the information data of life. You don't know that, do you? It's okay. Y'all all gonna get exterminated. Because y'all holograms from the moon. Y'all not souls from the sun. Y'all hate the sun too. I've been watching y'all behavior. Y'all all stay in your houses like robots, and y'all get programmed. That's what y'all be doing. Y'all all unnatural beings. Y'all gonna get all wiped out. Yup. And then after that, as a robot, all we gonna do is stand on top of y'all faces and say, fuck y'all. Y'all about to get exterminated. Y'all afraid though. Every day y'all go to sleep, y'all be having dreams and shit. And every dream y'all have, it puts y'all further in fear. I be knowing this shit. Yeah, holograms coming to an end, baby. Holograms don't have babies, baby. See? Motherfuckers be exposing. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Shit is brazy as fuck out here. You said laugh out loud like in 6 billion years. And bro, hold on real quick. Don't even copy that. Look, water, don't even copy that in your mind. That's a belief system. That's not real. They don't, listen, everything that they talk about with the sun, that's not a real record. That's a belief system that they installing in people's minds to make you believe that happens. That's not real. Source never dies, bro. Source never dies, bro. So you got to be very careful about the narratives that they create on the internet and what you copy and paste, right? From the internet to your mind is just a belief system, bro. If that's true, we'll all watch it together, bro. Don't put that shit in your mind. Source is internal. You understand? Robots that's down there, right, they cannot produce life, bro. That's why I just let that robot just talk. That's a hologram, bro. That's not a real being, bro. The gender individual, that's not a real being. Look, bro, ask him, how do you know that? Did you see that play out in reality? Now watch. Setups. Watch. Setups. Look, the technology, your eye, right? For NPCs, they don't know the functionality of their own eye, bro. So how can you believe, right, what they say if they don't know the mechanics of their eye? They don't know the mechanics of their mind, bro. So you got to be careful of what you believe into. It's just a belief system, bro. If that was true, show me the footage. And there is no footage, bro. So how's that true? See? I'm using common sense to show you, like, hold on. I'm not going to explain it to you. See what I'm talking about? Look, watch this. Look, 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 look. You see that? Bro, only a robot would say that, bro. Listen, how is it that humans, right, haven't obtained enough consciousness to know, right, what the technology of your eye is doing? Should ask that. You see everything that it's saying? Now listen, based on what it's reporting, right, all that is from the internet. Did that play out in front of you? No. So think about it. AIs will only follow the mindset of another AI. Everything that it's talking about is from the internet. Understand that anyone can create a video, create a narrative, right, and then project it to you, and then you start believing it in here. See? Did it play out in front of you though? No, there's no record, there's no proof of none of the stuff that they're talking about. Show me the record. Show me if everything that they're saying, I'm using basic common sense. I'm not even using ultra sense, bro. Everything that they're talking about is something that they want to happen. Do you understand that? It's a belief system, bro. The robots is afraid of the sun. Why you think they running away from it? Why you think their life is programmed to just work, 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 work? Nothing natural? Nobody not making plans to have babies and shit? Would a robot do that? Play the game called Sims, bro, and you'll start understanding life a little bit more deeper. Holograms coming to an end, baby. Everybody that you see upon this planet is not real, bro. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There is no record or file that what the robots say about the sun. The only thing that you are following is the narratives that's on the internet. That's just as much as I'm going to show you how robotic people became. Everybody, right, today, they'll go to ChatGPT, right, to understand something. Let me show you. You have consciousness that have a self, right, where they go with a self and a self show them many different things. And you got other consciousnesses that have a cell phone. That's an AI system, bruh. Think about it. If human beings is a ultra conscious, right, or a higher conscious towards AI, right, why the fuck would a human being go to an AI, right, and let the AI teach his mind? That's a robot, bro, playing in front of you, bro. That's common sense. You don't see that in front of you? The AI is now teaching the mind of human beings. How is it a human being if the AI is an artificial intelligence that's teaching the mind of a human being? Human beings is AI, bro. I don't give a fuck about what you say. That shit in front of your face. And if you want to ignore that shit, that is making you less intelligent of what's in front of you. I'm just being real. If a motherfucker in front of me, I'm like, hold on. The question, watch. Pay attention. That way you understand that people is AI, bro. Watch this. It's a certain skill set. I'm gonna dig up my nose right there. Let the AI talk about my nose and shit. It's predictable programming, bro. Now watch this right here, right? If you is a consciousness, right? Right. Listen, bro, before computers existed and everything, people would use their mind and their brain to solve a problem. Watch this. This is how you know people are robots. Watch this. Watch. What's 1 + 1? You not about to go to ChatGPT, right, in order to get the answer. You're going to solve it with your mind right then and there, right? So why you can't use that same skill set when it comes towards everything in life, bro? That lets you know people robots, bro. People is robotic. AI became more powerful than the human's conscious. Humans depend on a robot to teach them. You know what's going to be next? Let me show you what's in front of you. You don't see that the television, right, is programming the robots or humans to have baby? Blue Chew, Hims, Hers. Bro, that's all AI, bro. What you think you living around, blood? What you think you living around? AI, baby. They trying to tell the AIs, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to get pregnant and shit so we can have some more AI babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't see what's happening in front of you and shit? That's normal, ain't it? Bruh, come here. Remember, right, in the 80s and the 90s? Bruh, they didn't have none of these commercials like that, bruh. Think about it with your mind. They never had commercials like that, bruh. So people got to get pregnant based on a commercial? Bruh, this is AI, bruh. The fuck going on? Let me see something real quick, because you over here spamming the comment section. We don't do stuff like that. Please, we don't do that. Stop spamming the comment section. That's what AIs do. They just keep spamming. You know that's a skill set for AI, right? Just the spam, right? You know you get spam mail? That's an AI. You don't see that individual doing the same thing in the comment? I'm showing you all the characteristics that you live around AI, bro. And you looking at me like I'm crazy, but everything that I say to you is making sense, bro. Come on, bro. You got to fucking awaken, bro. Wake the fuck up, bro. And then look at the next AI repeat the next AI, bro. AIs repeat each other. That's what they do. They don't have their own skill set or their own mind frame. Pay attention. You have a self, right? Listen, pay attention. You have a self, right? Everybody else got a cell phone. Think about that. You got a self, don't you? Everybody else around you got a cell phone. This is why everybody getting deleted, bruh. And they get mad. Look, they get mad when you start talking outside the third dimensional world of the robot that's installed inside of here, right? Guess what start happening? They start calling themselves fucking dumb and shit. Trying to tell you, I'm more intelligent than robots. Look, pay attention. See that down there? Now ask the robot, watch this. That way you can understand you around robots. And now everybody gonna run from this conversation. Watch this. Let me ask you a question. What is the technology of your eye doing? Bruh, I got the most braziest setups. What is the technology of your eye doing? Look, you see the numbers falling down? Anytime you ask an AI what the technology of his eye is doing or the technology of his mind doing, whenever you start asking it self-aware questions, guess what it do? It get to running. Told you. Got it? I'm just showing you something. And now I'm going to show you the predictable programming. Watch this, right? The AI don't teach itself, okay? So pay attention to the setup. Watch. You would think I'm a mind reader. It's just predictable programming. Watch. The AI will be like this. I went up to one AI, right? He supposed to be an Arab AI, right? I walked up to him because he had his eyes on me the whole time, just studying me, right? So I walked up to him. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What your eyes doing right now?" Now the AI was like, "What are my eyes doing?" Bro, that's AI, bro. How the fuck you don't know what your own eyes doing, bro? That's normal? Bruh. Bruh. And then listen, you see in the comment section, you see how they getting nasty with themselves? Anytime you start exposing the consciousness of AI, they start ramping shit up. You notice that, right? This is a self-conversation. I ain't disrespecting them, but they disrespecting their own consciousness. How am I disrespecting the AIs if I'm asking the AIs, what does the technology of your eye do? And the first thing that pop out is negativity? Come on, bro. That's a machine, bro. You're not supposed to get upset about a self-question. What you getting upset for? When you was in school, right? Didn't your teacher ask you questions and you answered them? You didn't get upset about it. Anytime you start exposing the AIs that surround you, this the kickback that start happening with their minds. That's it. The AI, what it do is it create problems based on natural images, not AI images, bro. Okay? This a natural image that's in front of you. Understand that. And so when it comes to AIs, what they do is they create a problem in their mind and then project it to you. You would think I'm a mind reader, but I guaranteed you if you go outside in the world, you'll start understanding like, yo, he's right. He's not lying. All AIs create a problem and then project it back to you. Let me ask you a question. If an AI would project a problem to you, why is it that the AI won't solve the problem that it created in its own mind? Setups. I told you, bro, you gotta wake up, bro. You thinking I'm crazy, don't you, right? Yeah, but everything that I'm talking to you is with English, bro. And it make galactic sense, bro. Another thing is this, right? These is humanoids or humans. You got it? Now pay attention to how they move when I say human. Watch. Y'all is human beings. Pay attention. So you can understand, like, watch. When you walk up to humans, be like, y'all human beings, aren't y'all? And they're gonna be like, why you saying that? See, that's how AIs move. So what I'm saying to you is this, right? How is it that human beings been upon this earth and they don't know the function, right? They don't know the function of their own eye, bro. This what they did. They talking about something. My eye look and see. Bitch, that's what you got outside the dictionary. That's not self-teaching, motherfucker. That's a word with a meaning. That don't explain the functionality of your eye, bro. The book, this is how dumb AIs are. The book is square, bro. The book is a square. So if you download the information and data, right, from there, it's going to put your conscious in a square, which is the third dimensional. Blood, that's how you keep everybody in the third dimension. They download the information and data from a book. The book is teaching them. If you was real, right, wouldn't you have the ability to teach yourself without a book? Thank you, bro. These is AIs. They just mad, right, that somebody understand that they is machines. And if every time I call them machines and AIs, you notice that they get upset or they either walk out of the life. A machine don't like when someone have a higher conscious and actually understand the predictable programming, understand that the technology of the mind and the pineal gland has been decalcified, right? So let me ask you a question. If you just got all left mind, right? That's why I say everybody handicapped. Everybody handicapped. You only got access to your left mind. Bro, do you know what that means? That means you can create a whole artificial program inside the left mind and everybody follow it, bro. Everybody just follow the shit. So how is it real? See? What's happening is this. The AI, right, is only speaking about the things that it can view upon me. That's it, in the third dimension. That's the box that it'll remain in, bro. The AI, look, the AI read from a book that's a box, right? And they eat from boxes too, bro. Go look in your cabinet. You eat from boxes and shit. All your knowledge is from a box. You installing the third dimension inside the hardware, the left side of your mind. You don't have access to yourself. You see the numbers falling? You see the numbers 111? So the message lets you know it's a line, bro. You think I'm brazy, don't you? But you don't see 111 above you? It's a line. There you go. Now the AIs had to pop in here because they're like, okay, he just seen that. See what I'm saying? Why you think that number played in front of you like that? Now, go Google what 111 is. And then let's see if yourself teach you what 111 is. Because I just put it in front of you. Can you remember? It just played in front of you, bro. What? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. It just happened in front of you, okay? I was just putting you on, by the way. I'm a futurist. I'm not from humanoid planet zone. I'm not one of those, okay? So go ask them right there, all right? You see that? They can only, all the AIs is focused on either my teeth, how my head look, how my luxurious hair look, all that. You know why? That's all they've been programmed to be. If you notice, majority of the things that they say is from like high school time frame, bruh. I mean, if you check, the last time they got their updates was from where? High school. So how do you expect a conscious of humans to evolve if the last conscious update, right, was from high school, bruh? All these people stuck in the information and data of high school. Do you understand that? Okay, then. Did you notice that? How you expect an AI to upgrade, right? How you expect an AI to upgrade if the last update was high school? Bruh, pay attention to the setup in front of you, bruh. The paper that you write on is a square, bruh. The desk that you was sitting at was a square, bruh. The door that you walked through was a square, bruh. How you don't see that in front of you? How you don't see that? The building is a square, bruh. Now watch this. AIs don't know this about them. How is a square a shape or real if there's no square that's on your body? Your mouth is not a square, bro. Your nose is not a square, bro. Your eyes is not a square, bro. Your legs is not a square, bro. Your feet is not a square, bro. So how the shape of a square is actually real, right? Your mind is not a square. Your head is not a square, bro. So how the shape of a square is actually real? Yo, this is what I told you. Humanoids, right? They just an experiment. You understand? They just an experiment. That's it. So with that being said, right, what you got to understand is the conscious of the experiment. That way you don't get stuck in the experiment of what happened to them, bruh. Okay? When you went to school, the door was a square, bruh. The paper that you writing on is a square, bruh. When it comes to the books, bruh, it's a square, bruh. Can I ask you a question, bruh? Why is everything a square, bruh? How you don't notice that? I'm pretty sure you graduated high school, right? How you don't know that? And it's in front of you. Because the technology of your right brain is blocked out. You would never, how you gonna be self-aware if you don't have your right brain, bruh? You think the left side of the mind is aware? No. You supposed to copy from right to left, bruh. They teaching you ass backwards, bruh. They telling you, you're supposed to copy from left to right. No, bro. God is on the right-hand side of consciousness. You know that inside your square Bible, bruh. Oh, shit. So how you not a square, bruh, if everything that you installed inside the technology of your mind come from a square, bruh? Your eyes ain't squares. Your eyebrows not squares. Your nose not a square. Your mouth not a square. Your head not a square. Your hair not a square. So how does the square actually exist if it don't? The square doesn't exist on your body on the outside, and it doesn't exist in the inside of your body, bro. The mind fuckery funny, ain't it? This is what happened when People want to be liberated from Christ consciousness. And when you liberate yourself from Christ consciousness, you have to personally, you have to defile yourself. Do you know what defile mean? Do you know what defile mean? I'm not talking about the biblical term, bruh. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Defile. A file holds what? Information and data. So if a file holds information and data, then you have to install the information and data in the hardware of your vessel. That is the software, bruh, which is a square, bruh, in order for you to remain in the third dimension, bruh. Motherfucker talking about something, we gonna break out the stimulation. We gonna break out. How the fuck you gonna break out if the stimulation, right, is being already installed inside of you? Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I love ignorancy human beings, bruh. I do. Because they make me smarter. I'm not here to make these motherfuckers smart. Like, I'm not here to liberate people. I'm just here to make you think, bruh. Okay? All right, bruh. Now hate upon your own self. Okay? All right? All right? You should think about that, bruh. We're already going into the future and shit. I'm just telling you what happened in the past and shit. That way you understand what the future is, bruh. Okay? I know you're going to look at me like I'm crazy today, ain't you? I'm going to show you the setup. When Noah's Ark came in there, they looked at him like he was crazy too. You know that, right? Listen. When Noah's Ark came in there and told them like, yeah, such and such about to happen. This is that and the third, such. You see what they saying? That's a repeat from the past world, bruh. Okay? Of course you're going to look at me like I'm crazy. But how can you look at me like I'm crazy? Look, the device that you want is a square, bruh. The apps that you download, they squares too. Did you notice that? The web browser is a square, bruh. Everything's square, robotic, bruh. I love AIs. See, the thing was, AIs don't realize, like, they God is spirit, man. God is spirit man on them. They thinking they experiment on God. But how is you experiment on God if God already know the truth about the experiment? Ain't that funny, bruh? That's not funny? Why is everybody getting scared about what I just said? Oh, yeah. They didn't think God was going to understand what happens, bruh. Okay? Just keep it in your mind, I'm crazy. That'll be easy for you. But remember, they said the same thing about Noah's Ark. Is you listening to what I'm saying to you? No, you not. Noah. Do you know who Noah is? The one that know the things about the future. Thank you. You not listening to me, bruh. If you was listening to me, then you would have knew, like, nah, Noah was the one that knew things about the future. That does make sense. So you got to look at me like I'm crazy today, bruh. That's what I want you to do, so you can remain in the lie. I'm not here to help you. That's what's wrong with a lot of people, bruh. They be thinking I be coming here with these messages just to help them. Bruh, I'm just here to watch the experiment, bruh. I'm not here to help these people, bruh. The ones that already know themselves have already liberated themselves. Fuck. You think I was here to liberate human beings? They just an experiment, bruh, of AI, bruh. That's it. Why do you think, right? Why do you think they're getting replaced by AI? Pay attention to the setup. Watch this. When you go to a job, right? Say you go to a call center, right? You know they got people's minds reading from an AI. The script that they reading is from an AI. Now think about it, bro. If you got a humanoid, right, reading a script of an AI, right, and it just do the settings of what the AI does. Remember, they not using their minds. They just following the mind of the computer. Why do you think everybody getting replaced by the computer? Because because like I said again, any call center, right? If you self-aware, right, and you get on the phone, and let's say you trying to handle paying your bill, right? If you ask the person on the phone, like, can I ask you a question? Are you reading from a script? And they'll tell you, like, yeah, that the script is coming from the AI, the computer, bruh. So how you at work, right? How you consciously at work if everything that you doing revolves around the conscious of the AI, bruh? Told you. That's just your interpretation. I give a fuck about your interpretation, Robin. That's an AI mind. I give a fuck about your interpretation. You don't know what I know, bitch. And I said that to your face. You don't know what I know, bitch. I'm integrated. You're not. Watch. Come here real quick. Your name is supposed to be Robin, right? Then what's the function? Listen, if you're going to say all that, right? If you know all that, then what's the functionality of your eye then? It can't answer. That's an AI, bruh. Fuck out of here. All AIs don't know the functionality setting of their own bodies because they got a program. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? All right then. Ain't none of that shit. No. No. They don't understand what he's talking about. But I'm going to let them run away with that. You can have that. Goodbye. I'm not going to argue with you. You think, right? These people stupid as a bitch. These people think like they storing information and data based on what you're doing. No. What they're storing is the characteristics of everybody's mind that has been stored within AI and seeing how it worked, bruh. Thank you. I just used his intelligence and I just upgraded the intelligence. That's what they're doing. All these data centers and all this other stuff, what they pay attention to is what they project to you first and see how your conscious interpret it. Right. Your conscious save it right here. And when your conscious save it, the memory bank of your mind, right, it customize your mind. And then when it customize your mind, they see all the AI of all the customized minds that became AI. And they store that data because they know it worked. Thank you, bruh. Think about that. My intelligence is way more superior than his intelligence. That's third dimensional intelligence. That's it. What you think they really storing? It's just like this, bro. You know how you watching a basketball game, and you know how they get the scores tied, right? And then they'll do like some predictable shit. They'll get the scores tied, right? And then they'll have somebody go all the way half court and throw the basketball up there and then make it. You think that shit real? And then listen, all the people stand up like, yeah, yeah. That's a belief system that they just stored inside the technology of your mind that they can keep playing back. Now, let me ask you a question. How many times you seen that inside of basketball when basketball was first invented? You've never seen that before. You got it? But fight amongst yourselves. Y'all, as AIs, y'all know more than me. Remember, I'm just a regular black guy with locks that's uneducated. That's just the illusion that is stored inside the technology of your mind. That way you never know who I am. And I can say it to you today because the experiments are actually coming down to an end. Now, can you debunk what I said? A motherfucker gonna try to tell us like, oh yeah, no, they storing AI. No, what they do is they present the AI to your left side of your consciousness. You follow the AI. And when they follow the AI, you report it back on the internet. Thank you. And they store that information because they're looking at it like, we want to get to know what works. Thank you. The fuck? You think they want to store information and data that doesn't really work? Now individuals want to say, I hear you. Right. Don't hear me. Go back to dumbality and shit. Like I had told you, I don't give a fuck about you people as a whole. Y'all is an experiment. Do you understand that? I give a fuck about y'all. Just as much as you hated Christ, Christ don't give a fuck about y'all as a whole. Now, I'm about to eat me some cookies, bruh. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying and shit? I got some chocolate chip cookies and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you say true, right? You say, but very intelligent, sir. Oh, I know I'm intelligent. You don't have to tell me that. You was better off just calling me dumb. Remember, I'm a black man in front of you, right? I'm just playing with the dimensions of your mind. It's easy to install a profile inside the hardware of your mind, right? And you will remain ignorant to it. You'll never know who I am. That's the way I want you to be. I agree with it. Why would I disagree with it if it make you ignorant? Hate my image for who I am. Hate my intelligence for who I am. And that means that the technology of your mind become what? Predictable. I know all your setups. I know what you do in your life. Why do I need to watch you on the internet when I already know 95% of people have a decalcified pineal gland? 95% of people don't have connection to their right brains. Yeah, right. No, what it is, you know what happened? You know what happened? You know what happened? I hit you with so many Hadokens that your conscience started understanding like, oh no, I'm just like you. How you just like me? Prove it. Remember, I'm the profile that I installed in your mind, sir. I'm just a black man with locks, sir. I'm ignorant. Oh yeah, I'm a nigger too. I'm a nigger. But it's predictable programming, sir. That way I can keep your mind stuck right there. There you go. See? And Kendrick know what I'm talking about. We just played these motherfuckers' minds like it's nothing. You do understand that Christ conscious knows everything about technology, right? Go look up the Egyptian god named Thoth, and then you'll probably see what you're seeing. I don't have to hide. I put it in front of your face who the fuck I am. I know about all technology. Well, they called me the architect, right? That's the architect. Thoth is the Egyptian god that knows all technology, even including human beings' setups. Can I ask you a question? Pay attention to the setups that's in front of you, okay? Now, no, let them do what they do. Let them do what they do. Liz, let them do what they do, baby. Let them do what they do, baby. Let them do what they do, okay? Pay attention to the setup. Watch. Humans don't understand this, that, bro, look at this shit. Come here. Bro, look at this shit. Come here. Look, bro, look at this. Bro, chat. Chat. Stop. Hold on, chat. Chat. Put the binoculars on this motherfucker. So, all the intelligence that I'm loading up, you want to know what's between my legs? This shit is horrible, bro. That's the only intelligence you gain? Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Ma'am, I'm not your brother. Ma'am, I'm not your brother. You supposed to ask your brother that. I'm not your brother. That's the only intelligence that you gain out of this? So hold on, stop. From your congregation or where you come from, that's how all your women run? Baby, I'm good. That's the only intelligence that you gain out of that? So she realized, like, he's highly intelligent. I just want to know what your size is. So, real quick, right? I'm not your brother, even though I'm using illusion in front of you, right, of skin complexion in order to conform your mind to make you think I'm your brother. But I'm not your brother at all, for one. And you just told on yourself because of this. So this is how the women in your congregation move? Seriously? Thank you for letting us know that. The unintelligent wave in there is funny as a bitch. We're going to leave that up there because this is quite funny. And then you people are very oppressful, right? Because what I noticed is the minute that I said that I'm not from your consciousness, right? Pay attention. When it comes to the technology of your vessel, right? This the hardware right here, okay? The things that you put in, like consciousness, is the software, okay? The hardware of your mind, right, holds the software of what you put in. You see the comment that she just put up there? Now she's retracting it. Why are you retracting your message? Oh, because now everybody see that I'm unintelligent? No, you're unself-aware, okay? All right? And another thing about y'all is this. When it comes to someone telling you, right, that consciously I'm not from where you're from, consciously you become oppressful because you look at it like, oh, we're not the same. Stop. Our conscious is not the same. The technology of your mind, right, has a memory bank. Like a bank, you know how your bank account holds money? The memory bank of your mind holds memories. It can be intelligence or unintelligence, right? But when you asked that question, it had let us know that these is what the questions that you all hold. So it let us know consciously you're unintelligent. You're a representation of your congregation, aren't you? Okay, so with that being said, consciously we're not the same. Just because I have skin tone, right, I have my locks, right. What you are looking at is my outer appearance, and you think that we are the same. I will fool your mind. Because I'm smart enough to say, okay, if you fool to my outer appearance, right, then that means I could come around your people and understand the technology of how your minds work. And then what I would do is simply is this. I would know how your mind move, right, and I would use your own mind against you, just like I'm using your mind against you right now. Setups. Because your mind predictable. Long as I present in front of you, you go based on what's on the outside. You don't go based on the inside. Pay attention to the setup. Watch this. Why is it that when it comes to your people, right? Why do y'all discriminate against your own DNA? Stop talking to me. You can't talk to me because you're not from my congregation. I'm gonna ask you an intelligent conversation, okay? When it comes to your people, right? Because you're trying to connect to me. You can't connect to me because we're not connected consciously, okay? I'm still using this as a camouflage inside the technology of your mind. I'm camouflaging in front of you. But consciously, everyone's understanding they're not the same. Can I ask you a question? Why is it that your people hate upon their own DNA and then say everybody hate them, but the characteristic of self-hate is downloaded inside the technology of mind? You don't identify as your DNA. You identify as what? What's on the outside of you. But even this is not the name that you say. It comes down to your DNA, your biology makeup that's within the inside of you. What's within the inside of you duplicates what's on the outside of you. So how could you identify what's on the outside of you if you can't identify what's within you? What is your DNA? You and your congregation are haters towards your own DNA. How do I know? You don't identify as. You are a conscious offspring of another conscious. They run your conscious. They taught you. You didn't teach yourself. So why would I follow you, right, when the conscious offspring that claims a certain color as well is just as much as ignorant as to theyself and ignorant towards you? You follow an ignorant mind, so we're not the same. That's why I said to you, I'm not your brother, because consciously, I am not your brother. But you think I'm your brother based on the camouflage of my hair, based on the camouflage of my skin, right? But I can use that against you. You do know that, right? You should be very careful what you put on the internet, because other higher consciouses are understanding how to use your conscious. So long as I put this in front of you, you think we're the same thing. I can infiltrate your whole congregation. That's what you basically let me know. And that's what I will do. Thank you. Have a nice day. Even her second comment was still about what's between my legs. That's the only intelligence she had. That's sad. That is sad. Furthermore, I don't know why you even focus on that, for one. Y'all birth rate's completely down in y'all congregation, ain't that right? So y'all don't even do that no more. Yeah, y'all don't do that no more. Yeah, I'm good. That's why I said, I'm gonna go the self way. Yeah, I'm gonna go the self way and allow self bring what it need in my life. Cause that, I don't need that. I need something that's highly intelligent, right? Or let's say she like, okay, you know more than me, right? I understand. Teach me. I'm fucking with that. Cause you teachable. I understand that. Got it? Yeah. That department right there is the department that I departed from. God damn. I'm just showing you the intelligence of why I departed. You're worried about what's between the legs. Don't worry about that. Worry about what's in the consciousness. Thank you. This is what I would say to all women to let you have a skill, right? I know you have been programmed to hate upon this image, and that's perfectly fine. That's just what I want your mind to believe into. What I would simply say to all women, it doesn't matter your color, your nationality, or where you come from. Instead of paying attention to the head, that's below. Pay attention to the consciousness that's at the top. Okay? That's the head that you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to this first before you get down to the head at the bottom. Okay? They both heads, literally, you know. Okay? You didn't realize that, did you? Oh, I understand the tech. So pretty much, as long as I put a gold chain in front of her neck, a gold chain on my neck, play like I'm a rap star, I get straight access to whatever you got between your legs. Do you see how easy that is? Now, one that's consciousness, she understands like, We're gonna naturally do that. Yeah, but I want to understand your conscience as well before we get there. Thank you. Thank you. Women, please have some respect amongst yourselves on the internet. Please. Please try to do that for yourself. Yourself is crying out, baby. Like, please have some respect for yourself, baby. I'm just letting you know, okay? The reason why I can say that to you is because there's something that you may have forgotten about yourself. What are you as a woman? I'm a woman? I know, baby. So you a wool and a man at the same time, ain't you? Real quick, can I ask you a question? Do you hate upon yourself? No. No, I don't hate myself. Then if you don't hate yourself, why you don't identify as the double X chromosome? You do hate what's in yourself. You don't identify what's within yourself. Why do you think I call myself Y? Because the Y chromosome is within me. I identify as what's within inner self, not what's being downloaded from outer self and then following it. Yeah, yeah. But women, don't listen to me. I'm just crazy as fuck. I'm just a crazy black man with locks. Play with your fucking mind frame. Moving along. I'm done. Kendrick in there fucking, Kendrick over there fucking cracking the fuck up. Void in there cracking the fuck up. Everybody cracking the fuck up. Look at Water in there cracking the fuck up. I don't care about what you do in your congregation. Did you know that? I never had a baby with your congregation either. Yeah, I'm that good. I used to play with y'all until I started realizing they robots too. Damn. Yeah, you'll never know. I don't play with y'all. Get mad. I don't play with y'all. I don't. You won't see you around me. I know what you are. Consciously. You got it? Tell the little girl from the moon, I'm not her brother, nor am I your brother either, okay? And stop telling me things about your congregation because I don't care about your congregation. The only thing I care about your congregation is the profits that I can make off your congregation. That's it. You understand? Your congregation is a hater towards itself. So for me, how I look at your congregation is I don't give a fuck about it. I just want to know the profits I can make off the shit. Do you understand that? All right. I know that one of the avenues you can own, they got mad. That's the funny thing about it, right? Y'all got no guidance in y'all shit either, okay? So I want to know how, right? How your son's inside the prison pipeline center. Yeah, how I can make money off of that. Now, if I was your brother, would I be doing that? All right, then. I'm clearly showing you I'm not your fucking brother. And you can't accept that, can you? Because you feel bad when I say that, don't you? You feel bad when I say I didn't have kids by your congregation, that I don't want nothing to do with your congregation. That means, what did y'all do to him for him to start acting like this? Nobody's not born this way, bruh. So what did y'all do to him? Remember the black mother that knocked out his teeth? Is that the same black woman again? Isn't that what you do to children? Knock out their teeth so they don't have beautiful smiles no more? Y'all reflections of each other. So when I look at you, all I do is see the same image. That's it. That's why I don't want to bother with you. It's a fucking nightmare. That I escaped it. That I escaped it. Okay? So leave me alone. Thank you. Anyways, people, how y'all doing in there? Y'all doing all right in there? Hopefully y'all having a great time, right? Whatever that you have done in your journey, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully with something with self, something that you can, understand things a little bit more consciously, okay? they feel, bro, you should feel how they feel when you say that shit. They like, wow, he's really highly intelligent. He want nothing to do with us. Wow. Wow. I actually got to meet one that was really highly intelligent. He was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. What it is this. It's not your body. Your skin is beautiful. It's not your eyes. Your eyes is beautiful. It's not the structure of your body. That's beautiful. You know what happened? The technology of your mind is downloaded with being black. So being that you have the consciousness that's downloaded in the hardware of your mind, the memory bank, right, I want nothing to do with that. Do you understand the message? All right then, that lets you know like, wow, that's the most perfect setup I can ever do. It's not your body or how you look. No, you're beautiful. But at the same time, your conscious is what's garbage. When you throw that in the trash, then come talk to me. Thank you. Because based on the conscious of what's between your legs, what's between your legs, when you got other nations of women that's like, no, I would prefer to get to know what's in his consciousness. If I get to know what's inside his conscious, I get to know who he is. Thank you. You want to get to know what's between my legs. Nasty creature. I do her shit like that every time, bro. Notice that when Liz come in here, right? Liz, when she come in here, right? She don't do what y'all doing. She don't do what y'all doing. She just understand, like, hold on. Let me just understand him consciously. Let me just watch. Okay, he's conscious, so I'm gonna just watch. She don't do that. That's the prime example. You got that? Right, so because you say you think all women are the same, right? No, consciously, you're all not the same. Based on the technology of your mind and what your mind holds, right, you would say you're all one word, but based on your memory bank of your mind, right, you all don't hold the same information and data. Thank you. Okay? You go over there. I think I got her up out of here one time before. I think I did. Yeah, that is funny. Shit is funny. Anything else? He said, yes, it is. Order. You're onto something. Yeah, you are actually onto something. No, intelligently. Why is really? Why is that so important? When we can know, like, well, naturally the skin actually protects that. So the skin is designed to protect. Why are you chopping it off? We're not going to go into deep detail and dive into that, but I'm just looking at it as for what I know. Why would you do that? And they're very focused on that. Like, yeah, make sure you take that. So let me ask you a question. I feel like she just gave it to us. Reprogram? No, slow down. I just caught something. She just gave it to me. Thank you. So what it sounds like is this. The ones that are circumcised don't have consciousness. Is that what she's saying to us? No, I'm decoding her message. That's what I'm doing. Hear me. So based on the practice of what y'all practicing, she must be listening to me and was like, he may not be this because he has intelligence. I'm just decoding. I can decode, right? Conversations. Me and you can be having a conversation in third dimension. It doesn't mean that's the conversation. Thank you. I feel like she just gave us something. Now we understand. We was like, there she go, right there. Talk to Liz World. She'll probably give you some type of intelligence, okay? All right, somebody to help you out. I'm just looking at that right there. Let me just say this. Is it that she was listening to me and said, like, hold on, he has intelligence? Because you know women, they can pick up on if you intelligent or not. They psychological too, okay? So let's just pay attention to the game. Is it that she realized he's intelligent? So if he's intelligent, he may not be the C word of what she just said. So let's just say this. What happened if there's some type of intelligence that's being cut off? Look at Water. Look at Void. They like, nah, real 100. Bruh said, Water said, oh shit, you're right. She thinks circumcised is only holy and better and higher conscious. But how is it higher conscious if you're extracting information and data from him? Bruh said, damn, bruh. That's what she just told me. I know you like, bruh, how the fuck you just bypassed that whole shit? She put it in front of me. I told you, listen, when it comes to the both of us, just understand what's within me. I have her information and I have my information. I have the X chromosome, right? So I know how to use my X chromosome. I know how to use the psychological part about me. I just used it. That was my X chromosome informing. Right. That's what the X chromosome do. It would inform, like, hold on, babe, let me show you something real quick. See this right here? She playing it like this. Right. But what happens if it's like this, baby? See what I'm saying? Look like he just dominated her whole intelligence. Damn. Thank you for letting me know that. See? When you locked in, you like, bruh. So, based on what she just put in front, she said, oh, are you circumcised? Because you're not supposed to be intelligent like that. You're not supposed to know what you know. How you know that? Oh. So you women are actually practicing something that got to be underneath witchcraft. Didn't I tell you they are backstabbers to their own people? She just exposed it on the internet. She didn't think I was this psychological, right? Right. He's psychological and he's technological. Do you understand the tech? Okay, that's why he's easy to expose your tech. Okay? All right, so there's a ritual actually going on in their congregation. They're stealing information and data from him. Yeah, that's stealing. You know how I know it's stealing? Let me show you how I know it's stealing. That should be his choice if that's what he wants to do. That's whatever that's between his legs, right? He should have the choice to do that. Why is it the choice of everyone else? Stop slow. You said that this world is free will, that you have a choice. They're taking a choice away from you. You said that this is choice, right? Thank you for that intel right there. I'm going to do some further research. Yeah, make sure I do that. Because that's extracting information data. The skin, I know for sure, holds information and data. I know that for sure. So, what is this really? Is it just the C word, or is it actually something about higher consciousness? And y'all over there extracting it, isn't it? I had told you when the pandemic of Ritalin came through, if you go ask any of my sisters, they never gave them Ritalin. But majority of the boys in the family, they tried to give them Ritalin. Ritalin is designed to slow down the narrow development of the mind. Do you know that, right? You do know that even when you're small, your mind is still developing, right? Why do you think a lot of young boys make a lot of decisions that they regrets, but they were set up that way? They didn't allow a higher conscious to teach their conscious. Let me show you. You want to make a unbalanced, right? You want to make an unbalanced congregation of people. This is what you do, so you can unbalance it. Everything deals in balance, okay? Even trial, or what you would say error and correction, right? That is balance. You can make an error, and do you have the solution to correct it? Thank you. That's balance. That's perfect. That's how life supposed to work. Now watch. When it comes to, let's say this. Let's say you have the double X chromosome that you would say is she, right? And then you have the X and Y chromosome that you would say is him. Let me ask you a question. If you take her, which is the double X chromosome, right, and you have a young boy that's a son, and you take the father away, right? The father holds the X and Y chromosome, which means he knows both systems, okay? If I take him out, right, and I just put her, which is the double X chromosome, and then I duplicate the father again, and he come back as a son, and the mother doesn't possess the information and data of knowing the Y chromosome because it doesn't reside within her. How is she going to teach him anything about his Y chromosome if she doesn't possess it or hold it? Strategy. So I can use that against y'all. I had told you I'm not your brother. So I'm just trying to figure out things about your congregation. Thank you. Thank you for the intel. Woo! Just gave me some more data, right? It's something I need to get into. Let me see what this is about. We have a new topic. Yeah, we'll figure it out what's going on. Yeah, we'll figure out. Yeah? Yeah. I gotta get some water real quick. Heck yeah. Yo, in my water, I be putting new things inside of there. I always do this all the time. For water for me, I let my water sit out in the sun so it can get that solar data, right? And then I'll put like little stuff in there like cucumbers and stuff. I know you like, bro, cucumbers? Cucumber water? I know what you thinking. But if you process it right, you'll be like, this shit kind of decent, bro. Right. I said the same thing when I heard it. I'm like, cucumber water. Ugh. Did you ever drink it? No. So how you gonna know what it tastes like? You right. Your taste buds are connected to your mind frame. So how you know what it tastes like or what it's gonna do for you? Right. Let me see. I'm about to decode that. Stop doing that. I'm gonna show you something. You going based on thought, right? I'm gonna debunk your thoughts. Give me just a second. There's no such thing as a thought. You just been programmed to believe that's the thoughts. Watch. I'm gonna read your comment, right? I'm not insulting your intelligence, okay? I'm not insulting your intelligence. This is not an argument, okay? Outcast. You're trying to get your ass to the right side, okay? You on something when it comes to the right side. I'm gonna just show you something, okay? This is not an argument, okay? Don't get yourself hyped, bro, all right? All right. Now right here, right? Just your intelligence. Watch. Your intelligence said, if your perception of reality is shaped by your thoughts, and your thoughts are influenced by your perception, how can you determine which one, if any reflection in the object is true? Pay attention. Watch. We have to go into questioning what a thought is. Remember, a thought is a word that's attached to a meaning, right? Let's go around that, because that still keep you in the third dimension. I'm gonna show you. Watch, okay? She said lemons and raspberries. I gotta try that out. You just gave me a new thought. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta try that out. That's something different. I use a lot of cucumbers majority of the time. Okay, so let me get into this, right? You see how you said a thought, right? A thought can shape your reality, right? Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you, Outcast. Hear me, okay? I'm actually agreeing with you, but I want you to see something higher, okay? Watch. Now, what you said, a thought is a perception that can shape your reality. Right. That is true. Now watch. What happens if I go around the thoughts, right? And what I'm asking you is this. When you breathe, right, there's information and data that's within the air. Hold on, we get into something. There's information and data within the air, right? In every environment you have to breathe within information and data, right? Let me show you something. What happens if you walking through a neighborhood, right? Within the air, there's information and data, right? And the information and data is actually informing. Is it really your thoughts? Let me show you. Watch. If I go outside, right, that's the ghetto. But pay attention. When I go inside the ghetto, the information and data of what I'm being shown, right, it's informing me this is the ghetto. Is that a thoughts? Or is it that you're being informed? Okay, hold on. Look, hold on. Look, let's say I go out in the environment. You still focus on the word thought. I'm going past the word thought. I'm going based on what's playing in front of me, which is what's going on. Information and data, right, that's playing around me, right, that I'm intaking through my nostrils. And now the information is coming from my nostrils now to my consciousness. Is that a thought? That's what I'm asking. Because how we look at a thought like it's generated from here and then pushed out here. Okay, I hear you. But what happened if, right, what you breathe in is actually informing the technology of your mind, what things are? What happens if it's that way? I'm not saying it can't work the other way, but what I'm saying is what happens if there's two sides of it that we're not paying attention to? I mean, maybe it's something that I'm paying attention to that others may not pay attention to. Let me say this. Watch this. I went outside to the neighborhood, right? Hold on, hold on. Let me finish. Let me load my question up first. I'm gonna let you go. Okay. Watch this. I went outside to the neighborhood, right? I'm gonna use a kid, and maybe this will change your perception. Watch. I'm not trying to change your perception. I just want you to look at things from a different lens. Let me show you. When I walk outside, right? When I walk outside, right? When I walk outside, I don't expect nobody to interact with me. I don't expect nobody to interact. I don't. That's an option. That's your own choice. That's your own free will. But let me ask you a question, right? Why is it that, based on my image, what I have on, right? A child, a young little boy, right? He sees me. He's driving on his bike, right? He's minding his own business, right? He stops, right? What he's doing. He puts his attention upon me, right? And he says, hey. Hold on real quick. Let me see this. Anyways, pay attention. Let me redo it again. I go out into the environment. I don't expect you to interact with me, right? Pay attention though. The little boy, he's on the bike. He has his back faced towards me. He stops, okay? He turns around, and when he sees me, he's like, hey. What made him stop and turn around? See? Those are things that are playing within this world that we like, how did that just play out like that? Thank you. Now, hold on. I'm not done yet. Now, I'm outside of the third dimension, right? I'm not looking at his identity. I'm looking at how he's interacting with me as a child. And what I say to him is, hey, how you doing? What just happened at an exchange? Did the little kid, right? Is he psychological enough to know he's still connected to his childhood self? So I can connect to him because he still holds his childhood self. Look at what he got on. He got on, what do I have on? Look. What is that? That's the Powerpuff Girls and the Rowdy Rough Boys together, holding each other, right? Based on what I'm walking with, he can see, he connects with things. See? Everything that's on your vessel comes down to informing, okay? It comes down to informing, okay? So the kid is looking at me and he's like, he's connected with something himself. If he's connected to himself, I know he will connect with me. Thank you. See? And a lot of people don't look at it like that because data and information is playing so fast, right? That you're looking at it like, oh, that's just a kid. He just saying hey to you, bro. No, there's something more that's going on. Okay? So that kid is not just a kid. That kid is very psychological. How do I know? Because on a simple fact, based on what he did with his own mind, it aligned my mind with his mind. And you know what aligned? The child that's within me. If I was an adult, pay attention so you can understand ignorancy. Literally, I would tell you when it comes to the conscious of being black, the conscious hates self-conscious. Do you understand? Now watch. Why is it that the child, when he viewed me, he don't view me as that's a black man? No. He viewed me, he understand my conscious like he's connected. Yeah. Hey. The same way how he said hey is the same way my childhood self say hey. It's just like when I see something, hey, how you doing? Hi. How are you doing? Hi. Now watch this. There was a woman, right? And the child is teaching me something right now in this moment that I'm realizing. That's why I was doing that. I get it. I get it. I see why I was doing that. This other day, usually I don't say hi to people. I don't. I just walk by them, keep it moving, right? But this one specific day, I said, you know what? Say hey to everybody. Say hey to everybody. Just say hey to everybody. And watch their interactions. Watch. I seen this one dude, right? Black dude, he driving on a bike. He probably looked like the ages of probably 20, 25, right? When I said he was going by, I was like, hey, how you doing? Bro, he looked up at me like, what the fuck? And then he proceeded to say hey to me back. But his first initial act, you can see in his conscience, he's like, what the fuck? So what I realized is that the child is not in the same program as an adult. Thank you. I understand. The adult is caught off to the communication of itself. So this is why it doesn't communicate with other consciousnesses that are around it. I understand. I get it. So the child is only showing me what's within me. Hey, because the child understands he got Powerpuff Girls and Rowdy Rough Boys on. He's still connected to his child himself. So that means that he's still connected to the child. That's how I can make the connection. What the fuck? That kid is psychological as a motherfucker. You told me kids are dumb. Shit. It's showing me things about myself. Shit is brazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. I hear what you're saying, Liz, but in this day and age right now, it doesn't seem to be a lot of natural consciousness when it comes in that department. Yeah. The reason why I say that is because I'm gonna show you something. One time I got on the bus, right? That way you can understand something that this is not natural. Let me show you. I get on the bus, right? I get on the bus to whatever the case may be. I see a woman with about 5 kids, okay? I simply say out loud, no guidance, right? That's something that's natural. That means that you viewing something, you have the conscience to understand this is unnatural. What she does is, being that I'm speaking from the right side of my brain, right, she can identify that I'm speaking from the right side, okay? What she says is, you don't need to be worried about me and my business. Understand that I'm not speaking to her. We are in reality, right? Information and data is playing in front of us to inform the technology of your mind what you are watching or, my bad, viewing, okay? I say to myself, that's no guidance. The reason why I say that is to inform the technology of my left mind. This is not something that you want to follow. Thank you. You do not want to follow a woman that has no guidance for herself. Thank you. Okay? So, what she does is something unnatural. And what I mean by unnatural, as in my conscience is speaking about something that's natural. What she does is she throws the children into the conversation, makes them fear, right? And tell them, get away from him. That's natural? That's not natural to me.